interesting. How early did you guys start preparing? Eliza, I'll start with you. When did you start preparing for these exams?
In 9th and 10th, I was not that motivated. So in 9th and 10th, I used to study regularly only about the topics, but I used to like explore the topics which I liked. So, but particularly in plus one, I started preparing for AIMS. Like my goal was AIMS, so I started for it.
Oshin, आपने कब से start?
Basically, the preparation for medical competitive exams, I started formally in plus one, but I was actually mentored by sir way back from class 8. So in a way, it was a 5-year-long journey for me, and the final push I got it in plus one.
Interesting. Now, shifting gears to your plus one and plus two, which are the more intense, years. So, what was your schedule? So, typical schedule क्या होता था? How many hours did you used to study? Or was this same throughout? Or used to change? कि पहले ज़्यादा कम फिर बाद में change? तो Oshin, like to start with you.
In plus one, I started with around just 3 to 4 hours a day, and it went on to around 6 to 7 hours in the end. And basically, I would point out that the number of hours is not actually that important. You have to complete your topics, have sufficient problem solving, sufficient number of questions you have to solve, and it comes naturally. There needn't be a definite schedule as to say that you have to study 2 hours each day for each subject. That sort of rigidity actually puts a constraint. That's what I felt.
Very interesting. Lisa, what was your schedule?
Like I used to study regularly, 4 to 5 hours each day. Then it went to approximately 5 to 6 hours in plus two in the end. I used to study in the morning because I loved the atmosphere at that time. And also, like Oshin said, that it is not that rigidity which will give you the constraint. So I used to study like the topic I felt that I am weak in this, so I used to give more time to that and have more conceptual view for that topic.
Very interesting. I think that's a great point, guys, because I'll tell you what, the maximum question we used to get is कि एम्स में और मेडिकल में अगर टॉप रैंक्स में आना है, like single digit रैंक्स में आना है, तो ना 12 घंटे पढ़ने पड़ते हैं, 15 घंटे पढ़ने पड़ते हैं. So all the students who are watching this, please, make a strong note of this. You have examples in front of you. They themselves are saying that it is not that 10 hours, 12 hours they used to study.
Quality is much more important than that.
Yeah. So I think, this is a very common theme, and in some of the other master talks also the same theme came about, that quality is more important than quantity. So it's a very relevant point. Happy to get that reinforced. Anand, since you have seen other students also, so is there something which is a pattern with all of these, right? And typically, what would you suggest for other medical aspirants who are watching this? How should they be pacing their schedule from 11th standard to 12th standard and before the exams?
So typically with the medical aspirants, there is one, problem that I have seen, and I won't say a problem, but I can say pattern. And that pattern is that they practice lot of questions, and they practice because they feel unless they have practiced those questions, they will not be able to solve that particular type of problem in the exam. And that is a pattern with most of the medical aspirant. And that is, I won't say is a right pattern, because once you start getting habituated to that, then psychologically for every exam you feel that you have to practice lot of questions. And that is almost putting you in a cycle, which is a catch-22 situation, and you are never able to come out of it. So it's always better to focus on the concepts, and then definitely at the end, if you remember the formula, it will fasten up your speed in the exam, but it will solving a lot of problems will not help you. So I think concepts are extremely important, and different subjects have a different approach in the medical exams. And I think, yes, concepts, they should focus. And then at the end, when they are preparing towards the end, revising the entire thing from October till May or April, so that time they should be focused on typically revising the formulas, fastening up the speed. So that is the time when they should do that. And during till October, when they are in 12th standard, till that time they should focus only on concepts.
So guys, one question which we asked, which we get asked a lot is, of the 4 subjects which are there, typically medical aspirants face a lot of issue with physics, right? It's something which is massively asked. Okay, how do we cope up with physics? I think majority of the reason why students ask it is also because maths is not there in 11th and 12th, so the exposure to maths is limited, and there are a lot of questions in physics which has an application of mathematics. So would love for you to answer this, that how did you go about coping this, right? And any strategies which the the aspirants can follow which can make this physics little bit easier for them. So Oshin, would love to start with you on this.
Basically, what happens is that we have certain mathematical applications like trigonometry, calculus, which are specifically taught in +1 and +2 to non-medical students, but it has a lot of application in physics, including medical. So क्या होता है कि शुरू के 1-2 महीने जब +1 में फिजिक्स शुरू होती है तो ज़्यादा टाइम धीरे धीरे से इन पे ही बिल्ड करना चाहिए मैथमेटिकल स्किल्स पे. और जो शुरू के चैप्टर्स हैं काइनेमेटिक्स, फोर्स, तो उन पे एक्चुअली इट रिक्वायर्स मोर टाइम इनटू देम, एंड बिकॉज दीज आर सर्टेन टॉपिक्स, द मैथमेटिक्स एंड the initial kinematics and force that have their applications throughout the 2 years in physics. So I would think that starting slow initially and having a good grip over the basics in physics helps a lot.
Lisa, what would you add to this?
आई थिंक लाइक अप टू 10 जो भी हमें मैथ्स पढ़ाई जाती है और वो इतनी सफिशिएंट होती है कि लाइक हम थोड़ा सा +1 में स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, तो मतलब स्पेसिफिकली बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं चाहिए होता. तो फिर +1 में स्टार्टिंग में हाँ जैसा कि बताया ट्रिग्नोमेट्री और कैलकुलस पे थोड़ा फोकस करना चाहिए, तो इट विल हेल्प इन लाइक काइनेमेटिक्स एंड ऑल दैट. और जो मैकेनिक्स होता है वो मेजरली कैलकुलस पे ही बेस्ड होता है, कैलकुलस और दिस थिंग्स ट्रिग्नोमेट्री पे ही. सो फिर मतलब जब मैकेनिक्स का बेस बिल्डअप हो जाता है तो फिर फिजिक्स लाइक क्वाइट इजी हो जाती है उसके बाद.
राइट. सो आनंद, व्हाट वुड यू आंसर? टिपिकली द क्वेश्चन कम्स इज कि सर जहाँ भी वो इंटीग्रेशन के सिंबल्स और dy/dx आ जाता है वहाँ पर बिल्कुल डर लग जाता है. सो हाउ वुड यू काउंसिल देम दैट हाउ डू दे एड्रेस दिस इशू?
सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ना, मैथ्स का लेना या नहीं लेना, if you have maths or you do not have maths in 11th or 12th does not affect the question that you are asking. So कई बच्चे इसकी वजह से maths लेते हैं so that maths will help, but the starting portion is trigonometry and calculus in physics, and this is not there in the starting of maths in 11th standard. So calculus comes in 12th. So I recommend what Oshin has already said to the viewers, that start slow and build your basics in this particular topic, especially trigonometry and calculus, and until unless you get the grasp of that, do not go ahead. भले ही 2 महीने लग जाए बट आप इस पे बेसिक करो, बिकॉज फिजिक्स इज द बेसिक डिफरेंशिएटर. नहीं तो बच्चों को मैंने देखा है कि वो याद करने की टेंडेंसी रख लेते हैं कि कैलकुलस को भी याद कर लेंगे और कुछ फॉर्मूले याद करके इसको यहाँ पे अप्लाई करेंगे, इसको यहाँ अप्लाई करेंगे, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट पूरी फिजिक्स ना वो ऐसे ही जाते हैं कि जब तक मैंने बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम नहीं करी है, जब तक मैंने याद नहीं किया इस टाइप की वैरायटी, तब तक मेरा कभी भी फिजिक्स में नंबर नहीं आएगा. मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. वन ऑफ माय वेरी फर्स्ट स्टूडेंट वाज माय सिस्टर इन द वेरी स्टार्टिंग ईयर ऑफ लक्ष्य, एंड वो 2006-7 में थी, और वो उसने कोचिंग 12th कहीं और से किया हुआ था, तो शी वाज ड्रॉपिंग. उसकी टेंडेंसी थी कि वो हर चीज को याद कर लेती थी. सो व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू टीच हर कि ये वाला कॉन्सेप्ट इस तरीके से होगा, बोलती नहीं इसका फॉर्मूला बता दो मुझे, एंड उसके चक्कर में फिजिक्स का जो डर था उसका वो निकलता ही नहीं था. Although she was able to get a good rank, but still she struggled a lot, and I could see that physics से ना उसको बहुत ज़्यादा डर लगता था. And I can relate to the question that you are asking, that 99% of the students who are preparing for medicine definitely face this particular problem.
Yeah.
So please, I would request every student and the parents who are watching कि पहले 3 महीने भी लग जाए ना, just focus on this mathematical part of physics, तो आपको कभी दिक्कत नहीं है.